Okay, well, last weekend we took this thing drifting and proceeded to set it on fire, burn a lot of stuff up. We then fixed everything, presumably fixed the issue as to why it caught on fire, and now we're going to take it drifting again to kind of a gauntlet, a 3-day drift event. Not the ideal thing to take a car to that might set on fire or might have issues, but hey, it's what we got. The LS Miata's getting headers and exhaust built. This thing's here. We got it fixed up. We're going to try it. So first things first, we need to get hooked up to the enclosed and start loading up. So this will be the first time I've actually pulled the enclosed out of here. I moved in, parked it here, have not moved it out. So I'm real curious how difficult or easy it'll be to pull the old girl out of here. So let's get to it. All right, sweet, that really wasn't bad. Putting it back is gonna be a different story, but you know, we'll do what we can. It'll be my first time loading a car up at the new Casa. It's so nice having all the shade while I'm doing this. With the angle of the driveway, it makes the ramp angle super low. I could get anything in there. That is sick, boys. I was worried about getting it out with this trailer here, but it really wasn't bad at all. I mean, I would have to try to hit the corner of that trailer. So, sweet. Like I said, first time pulling that trailer out, like moved with it, brought all my stuff, parked it there, haven't moved it since. So, yeah, I was waiting for the day I needed it, and so far so good. So, our drift spares for the RX7 are the Saphira wheels. So we gotta steal the wheels off this car so that if it doesn't set on fire, we actually have tires to last. All right, we got our drift spares pulled off the Saphira. It's time to load the FC up. Like I said, this is a nice setup for loading up. Obviously, once there's a bay door here, it'll be a little different because I probably won't be able to get that far over. But again, I can pull forward another 4 feet without being in the road. And then, I mean, I could pull into the road a couple feet, and even if I'm loading the Miata out of the garage, I can, boom, back it up, boom, right in. So really, really happy with that. I was curious what it would be like with the trailer, you know, parked here, because, I mean, I know how long it is, but I don't, you know, I didn't know exactly where it would end up, and it's plenty far down, so whew, super exciting. All right, let's load this dang RX-7 up, get ready to leave. Airing up all the tires, and then it's time to roll, boys. All right, made it to the event. It's wet and rainy, and we have no wipers. All right, so yesterday we did catch on fire again, but the fire was on the top of this header and there is not a drop of oil coming out of the valve covers. So before it was just spitting oil. There'd be oil everywhere after 2 runs. No oil. There's some underneath, some residual, but other than that, there's no oil coming out of the valve covers. So I think the PCV system was 100% a problem. We definitely fixed that. I do have the right fittings for the catch can now too. I'm gonna put those on before the session. But anyway, my theory was just that it was burning like right on this runner. My theory is just that the header wrap got soaked in oil so many times that it was just burning the oil that was soaked in the header wrap. So last night, took apart the fun challenge of ripping all this header wrap out. I am still so itchy. Luckily, a couple guys, a viewer and his dad came and helped, and that made the process go quicker. But all the header wrap is off. Hopefully it doesn't set on fire again. Another thing I need to do, I've got some grip tape there, and I'm gonna put grip tape on the pedals because my foot in the wet just slipped right off like every time. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add my catch can fittings. I'm gonna clean off any leftover oil, and then we're gonna go drive this thing again. Fingers crossed the damn thing does not set on fire. Please, RX7, don't set on fire, please, please. Dang clean up here though, at least. It's a step in the right direction. All right, take 7 of hoping this dang thing does not catch on fire. If it catches on fire now, I don't know what else to do. We could be spewing some out my dipstick. I did overfill it because I don't have an AccuSump on it yet. And with this exact pan and no AccuSump before, I rod knocked my engine. So I get a little weary about that. I just want a dry session. Oh, and the car to not catch on fire. Again, that's important. We got our trusty dusty fire extinguisher. We got the grip tape now. It feels good. My foot's not slipping off the pedal anymore. Something went flying back there. I'm just making sure it's not on fire. No? Yeah. This thing is just awkward to drive because it's got a limited slip disc that is really, really worn out. So like if you try to just clutch kick it into drift, it just opens up and like one wheel peels it. What? Yeah. Let me just check it. I can't tell. That's 2 laps.
That's the most it's ever done.
Well, boys, that's 2 laps. Seems like my suspicions may be confirmed of the fact that the headers are just soaked and catching fire again. I mean, we're getting a little smoke coming out, but I think it's pretty normal. This thing's running super rich too because of the coolant sensor. It's spitting oil out the dipstick tube. Well, it made it decent. It's just oil's coming out of the dipstick tube, it looks like, and it's smoking. It's not catching fire. I mean, not that I can see, but it's just smoking. I think I overfilled it a lot, so I don't know. I'm gonna look at it. Solve one issue, find another. That's usually how it goes. We'll figure it out. All right, well, no fire, but this thing is pouring oil out of somewhere. Like just pouring out of there. I mean, the rear main seal is my best guess, but like, man, that's a lot of oil. Again, I did overfill it. Again, I didn't want it to rot now. So, I don't know. I got to dig into it when it cools down a little bit. But otherwise, it was doing good. It was running good, clean. Car felt quick on these tires. Dip's still wonky, but no more foot slipping off the clutch with the grip tape. But everything's feeling, like I said, it's an improvement. Just something. I might have blown the rear main seal out when I had all that crankcase pressure, and it might just be pouring out of there. That's my guess at the moment. So anyway, I'm gonna dig deeper. I'll let you know what I find. Well, I got the catch can fittings looking all nice. Went to push lock AN. Nice and pretty and looks good. I need to shorten that hose, but I'm just trying to keep it away from the header. But I mean, that makes me feel better. Did one nice thing. I mean, at least that's working and we don't have any oil coming out of the valve covers anymore. That's one step in the right direction. All right, well, went ahead and pulled the intake manifold off. There is a lot of oil back here. A lot of oil up there. I believe that's what's dripping down. Just the way it looked, it doesn't look like rear main seal because the front of the clutch is not wet, but like all the way down the trans is wet. So my thought was it's coming from the top of the motor down around the trans. That's what it seems like. Now we pulled this off and just a ton of oil. There's so much oil that it like ruined the valve cover gasket. They've swollen up from all the oil, and like as you can see, they do not fit anymore. So we need new valve cover gaskets, or valve intake manifold gaskets. Been doing too many valve cover gaskets. And it looks like a valley cover. I don't know, that part's weird. But real wet back there. Pretty wet in the holes. I mean, that's the only place it could be coming out of. It's all the way up. Gotta be coming out of the knock sensor holes. Pull it off, see what it looks like in there. All right, upon further investigation, the valley cover was leaking at like the knock sensor holes and just spewing oil out everywhere, as you saw there. People always talk about, oh, LS swaps are so boring. Why does everyone do LS swaps? They're so boring. Well, because we went down to the street to the closest parts store 3 minutes away, and they had a valley cover gasket set in stock. Boom. They also had intake manifold gasket set in stock because it's a freaking American engine. And I get it, that's boring, but the point is you can buy parts locally. If it was an SR or a JZ or something like that, it would be a lot harder to find this stuff in stock. So anyway, that's why I do it. You know, I know they're boring. I like turbo stuff, but it's so nice to be able to go to the store and buy a starter, buy this stuff if you need it. So anyway, enough rambling. It's drizzling. We got to get this dang thing back together. So wish us luck. Alrighty, it is all back together. New valley cover gasket, new knock sensor grommets, which I believe was the main problem. New intake manifold gaskets because they swelled up so much. Cleaned the underside again, so we're gonna go send it. See if it doesn't leak this time. At least it didn't set on fire last time, because it didn't have the stupid header wrap, but it did still leak pretty bad. So we're gonna see. Keep your fingers crossed. Maybe that was the final deal. I've got good confidence. My buddy Andrew Huffman said he had the same problem. He tore one and it didn't do anything driving and then poured oil out drifting, which is the same thing as this car. It's fine driving, start drifting it, oil everywhere. So let's see. Let's go drive it. All right, take two. More smoky smoke, but I think that's where all our oil is coming from. We're probably going to be burning off some residual. Ben got under there and brake cleaned it all, but you know, you're never going to get it all off. So that's what sucks, because it's like it'll start smoking and I'm like, okay, either it's like about to catch fire again or it's just burning off some more oil. me check it. I think it's good. It's the first time this thing hasn't been pouring smoke out after a run. So nice to finish a run and smell tire, not burning oil. I mean, there could be burning oil too, but mostly smells like tire. This thing's running like it did in my Miata, 171 coolant temp. Like, just doesn't want to get warm, which is good. I mean, I've had the fans on this whole time, but it's been cooling way down. Electric power steering is solid. The worst thing, right, I've said it a few times now, is just the clutch type diff. It is so weak that it's just like you really have to get the car real sideways, but I have stock handbrake, so the handbrake doesn't lock for great. So it's like, if you don't have a good handbrake, you rely on clutch kicking. If you don't have a good diff, you got to rely on handbrake. So we're kind of in a weird spot, but we can make it work. I feel like I might be missing on the cylinder. Yeah, I don't know. It felt a little down on power, a little misfiery, so it wouldn't surprise me if we're down a cylinder. I think my car is misfiring. I'm gonna pull in and check it out. I'll catch back up. Plug wire. I'm sounding elated that this car is working good, man. Oil pressure is great. Like, everything's been good, man. I am so stoked. Finally, ever since I put this motor in, it's been nothing but trouble. Nothing but issues. And finally, she's being a solid unit. Oh. Something's wrong. My car just lost power. Like, it was like cutting out and then it just shut off. Hey, I finally got it not spitting oil. I did like the whole session without it setting on fire. Thank you.
Made it.
Oh. All right, night session. So this session runs right into the King of OSW comp. I haven't decided if I really want to do the comp or not yet. Car's kind of finicky. I've already won it once. Like, I don't really feel like I need to win it again, you know? Like, it's not that I don't care, it just, I don't know how to explain it. I need to clean my windshield again. This thing got dirty. It's funny, like when this engine was in my Miata, I was so nice to it. With it in this car, I'm just mean to it. Man, it's nice. It's the first time in a while I've really enjoyed this car. Sitting here and it working, you know? It's like I said, man, you gotta just put things together right. You don't have to buy the nicest parts in the world. You don't have to do the fanciest stuff. But you gotta take the time to do things in a way that's not janky and that is correct. I don't know how to explain it because it is a hard line. You can go too wild and then you take way too long to build a car. You can, you know, it can go multiple ways.